game time, get in line for the post report. They provide everything that's live when it comes to sports. I listen to them when I ride or when on my porch. Feeling like I'm looking from inside, chilling on the court. Marco got the stats, the jokers speak the facts. They always speak the truth and bring the proof to be exact. They don't meet up just to chat, when they meet up it's a rap. Man, they speak on every piece and every week they bring it back. Any team or any topic, best believe them people got it. They just like a referee. If they see it, they gon' call it. So when others do the most, I listen to the Pulse. The only place for sure I really know to get results is the Pulse.
Welcome to episode 14 of the Pulse Report. I'm your host, The Joker.
And I'm your co-host, Marco.
We want to thank everybody for partaking with us in social media. We love the interaction. We want to give y'all great quality, great content. This week we got another exciting episode with great quality debates between Marco and myself. I ain't gonna hold y'all up, man. We gonna get right into it this week because I got a lot to talk about. I'm gonna get Marco in his feelings today, y'all. Watch what I tell you. So TPR, let's do it.
Let's go.
All right, man. Marco, baseball season is finally over, bruh. That long, exhilarated season, man. It was actually an exciting season. I saw a lot of home runs. Aaron Judge did his thing. Stanton did his thing. Cody Bellinger did his thing. It was a lot of exciting things in baseball this year. What was one of your most exciting things in baseball before I get started?
Man, well, you know what I'm saying? I'm a Yankees fan first and an avid supporter of the Washington Nationals. Yeah, but it was good to see a player like Aaron Judge, man, a young player coming to his own, you know, so quickly in the league and make a statement for himself. I guess, honestly, it was the number of home runs that was hit this year. You know, it was a record-setting year for a lot of people. And some of the people you've already mentioned, like Aaron Judge and Stanton. Stanton was going for the actual single-season home run record. He didn't get it, but he still, you know, set plenty of records himself. But yeah, man, I think that was the most exciting part, man, just the home runs this year. And then we had a couple teams that won over 100 games. The Cleveland Indians had that crazy winning streak, you know, going on after losing in the World Series last year. So, you know, I'm pretty sure they're out on a revenge tour, but we'll see how that go, man.
Yeah, I was actually about to say the Cleveland Indians putting together that 22-game win streak was probably the most impressive thing that I saw in baseball. I mean, I'm a home run lover. That's the only reason I like baseball, but putting together a 22-game win streak in any sport is tough to do. So the simple fact that Cleveland Indians were able to sustain that win streak was pretty impressive to me. And I think the Dodgers, they showed me a lot. And I really think they're the favorites going into the playoffs. I really think they will win this year's World Series. If they don't, that will be a disappointment. That's how I honestly feel. Even though I'm a Nationals fan, I just keep it real. The Dodgers had lost 11 games in a row and still managed to come out with the best record in baseball. So that was pretty impressive to me. But overall, I think it was a good baseball season, like you said. And let's see what happens when it all goes down.
Hey, man, I'm rooting for the Yankees to try to finally make some noise, and hopefully the Nationals cannot get eliminated in the first round like they always do after winning 97 games. So, you know, I mean, my favorite right now, I can't really call it because, I mean, baseball is so up and down. You know, some of these regular season teams be great in the regular season and terrible in the postseason, like the Nationals. But, man, hopefully my Yankees got a wild card game, so I'm just hoping that we can move on from there. One game at a time, y'all. One game at a time.
What's the difference from this year and the years previous?
I mean, well, baseball is hard to say. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's always pitching versus batting, point blank. I just think that, you know, the Yankees just got to be patient at the plate and just try to make the play, man. Not make the home run play, no pun intended, but not make the home run play every single, you know what I'm saying, time at bat. But, you know, baseball is much easier said than done. So we'll see, man. We'll see how it plays out for them boys. You know, by this time next week, they could be sitting at home or in the next round. So we'll see.
We'll see. Hey, go Nationals. Bryce Harper and the team. That I want to see y'all do y'all thing, but we'll see.
Go Nets.
Go Nets. Let's get on another topic. Let's talk about college football a little bit, man. It's been a lot of teams dominating thus far, and as usual, Alabama is showing why they're the most dominant team, and Clemson is looking almost as good, if not better than Alabama thus far. Do you think it'll be another repeat between Clemson and Alabama this year?
Man, listen, man. All I know is it's been a great couple years for sports and all sports across the board. We've had all of these teams just continuously meeting in the Super Bowl or the NBA Finals or now even the World Series or whatever the case, man. But college football, it looks like it might be Clemson versus Bama, the trilogy. And, you know what I'm saying? I'm loving it, man. I love it. You know, Clemson, like you said, has been showing what they're about with that defense. And Alabama under Nick Saban, I mean, can you ever count them out of not being in a national championship? So, man, I think it's great for the game. Again, it's cool that they have the college playoff, but I'm hoping that they expand it, like I said, to 8 teams. But right now, it's good for the sport, man. I love it, man. I'm actually rooting for Clemson if they can bring it home. You know what I'm saying? I'd love to see them go back to back. You know, being on the radar, they knew. So, you know what I'm saying? Go Clemson.
That'll be sweet. Clemson is showing how good that they are, losing Deshaun Watson. I thought that would be a huge blow, but their quarterback is picking up right where he left off. I mean, I believe, what's his name? Kelly Bryant, I believe?
Yeah, they lost their wide receiver. But still, you know, for them. But their stable was always their defense,
They did, Mike Williams.
You know, so them guys are pretty good over there, man. They pretty good down there at Clemson, man.
Definitely. Outside of Alabama and Clemson, who are the other 2 teams that you like? Who are in your favor that'll probably make this year's playoffs?
Man, that's tough, man. You know, with that ranking thing, man, you know, it changes every, you know what I'm saying? It changes every week. So who knows, man? You know what I'm saying? Right now, I couldn't really call it. I would like to see a team. I see your boys V-Tech got a nice little bump, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. I want to see Baker Mayfield, my guy from Oklahoma. I like to see that man in the playoffs, man, for sure. So hopefully they can keep climbing, and that's also my Heisman favorite. So, you know, we'll see how that goes.
Oh, speaking of Heisman favorites, I hear you say Mayfield. Mayfield is your front runner for the Heisman thus far?
Is he my front runner? I wouldn't necessarily say he's the front runner, but I mean, in some you know, people's list, he is very, very good quarterback. Doesn't really do anything out of the ordinary. Doesn't really, you know, go out there and turn the ball over. Like his attempts to passing ratio won't really wow you. You know, sometimes he'll only throw the ball 20 times, but very efficient, man. Very efficient, very accurate. And the guy can dance. You know,
he can't dance better than me, bro.
So
he can't dance.
I'm loving him, man. But you know, I've seen you dance, bro. It's definitely an eyesore.
Wow.
It's an eyesore, but you know, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, what about you? I mean, who do you have as your front runner for the Heisman?
I like the kid Barkley from Penn State. The kid, every time I turn on on a Penn State football game, this kid is getting another touchdown. Thus far, he has 574 yards rushing and 386 yards receiving. The guy's all over the field, and Penn State, I believe, is ranked 4th in the nation. So he's leading the Lions. I hate that their name is that. They should change that. They should just be the Lions. But Barkley is leading the Lions to be a pretty tough team to be reckoned with. I think he's coming to his zone this year. Him as a junior, he's my front runner right now. I don't see nobody else. I like the Jackson from Louisville, but after that tough loss to, I forgot who they lost to, but I forgot after that tough loss, I don't like the way he look anymore. I like Barkley. He's my front runner thus far.
Man, Penn State is definitely cool. I'm not sure if they're going to stay up there. Hopefully they do, but I'm not sure they're going to stay up there. But it sucks because it seems like Barkley is all that they have, to be honest with you. But, I mean, he's such a fascinating and versatile player. You know, I have nothing against the guy. He's definitely, you know, deserving to be mentioned with all of the best players in college football right now. But I don't know, man. You know, Michigan might be able to creep up there at the end of the day, or Georgia, one of those teams like that, man. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But I guess we'll see, you know what I'm saying? I can't, you know, with college football, like I said, man, you can never really have a shoe in because they always, you know, surprise you at the end. So we'll see how it goes with that.
Right. We definitely will. As you say, it's always an upset in the making in college football. We're going to leave it right there. We're going to jump into this NFL action.
Hey, quick question.
I'm listening.
Man, NFL. Did you see Antonio Brown on the sideline spazzing out?
Did I? A little Odell-ish over there. Did you see it?
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I was a little surprised in Antonio Brown right there. Like, you know what I'm saying? They always saying, receivers act like divas, but man, he was really like you said, he could have put number 13 on his jersey and dyed his hair blonde. You know what I'm saying? It would have been the same person. Like, that's crazy. But he was wide open though. I did see the play in which he was mad about. But I mean, come on, man. Quarterback can't see you all the time. But he was wide open. I mean, it was definitely a touchdown if he would have got the ball thrown to him. It wasn't a man, probably 20 yards, But, yeah, he was wilding.
Bruh, these are facts. First of all, I told you once, I told you before, all superstars are prima donna. I don't care what sport you play, what position you play. If you are a superstar, you are a prima donna. You want the ball. Everything revolves around you. Let's get to Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown done had 100 catches probably for the past 4 or 5 seasons. So let's just say the brother gets his. Big Ben is more than likely looking his way. So for him to act like this was just completely outrageous. Now, I see kind of like smacked the coach's hand off his shoulder because the coach was just trying to come over there and calm him down. I'm like, ooh, Odell don't go that far. So that was a little... That was a little something right there. I don't know what's up with Antonio Brown, but that was the first time. Well, actually, that was the second time we seen him do something like that. The first time being when he recorded himself in the locker room kind of dancing as Mike Tomlin was giving that speech.
Yep.
So Antonio Brown has shown some signs of, being a little diva-ish.
Immaturity. Most definitely. Hey, man, I don't know what's going on with them down in Pittsburgh, man. But hopefully they get that thing together, man, because it ain't looking too good, man. Everybody, if you're going to be ego tripping like that, listen, man, I can't support you if you're going to be ego tripping like that. And, that's one half of, the best wide receiver duo that I picked, this year in him and Martavius Bryant. So if he going to be doing all that, man, I can't support him, man, for real.
I mean, he going to still give you the numbers, but that, like you said, that was surprising. But on other news, Killer Cam. How about my
Should I apologize to Cam?
Hey,
does Cam deserve an apology
say
from me?
Say it right now, Marco. For Killer Cam. Hey,
Absolutely
Cam
not.
I'm a side.
Absolutely not.
Wow.
I'm going to tell you why I'm not apologizing. Wow. I'm never a victim of the moment. I use that phrase all the time. I'm not going to be a victim of the moment right now because it was only one game.
Wow.
It was one game. It's a very big game.
Hold on. Marco, put on your gloves.
But they're not 3-1 because Cam Newton. They're not 3-1 because Cam Newton's play. Let's call it what it is. I will give him his props for week 4. And I tweeted it. Cam Newton went out there. He did his thing. I give him a lot of flack. But he did his thing. He looked like the old Cam Newton on Sunday. But let's be honest as well. We are one illegal hands to the face by the Patriots defense from not talking about Cam Newton right now. I mean, I'm just being honest. It was third down. He got sacked. They were out of field goal range. It was 30-30. And Stephon Gilmore got called for an illegal hands to the face, which is an automatic first down. And then, Cam Newton did what he had to do, and they kicked the field goal to win the game as time expired. But Tom Brady was in his bag again, and, it kind of leads me to asking you, let me propose this, man. Like, these last few weeks we've been talking about Tom Terrific and Psycho Tom and how he's been great. But he wasn't able to save him this time, man. And one thing Tom Brady cannot do is play defense. And like I said, the Patriots defense has been terrible. When I know it sounds like I'm pronouncing it wrong, but this is how I mean to say it. Terrible, not terrible. Terrible. That defense, like me and you can go get 9 other guys and we're going to put up 28 points on that defense. And I don't play any position other than a position that involves catching the football.
I don't know what's up with New England's defense. The corners look like they're not on the same page. Malcolm Butler looks surprisingly suspect right now. Hey, I don't know if it's because Gilmore came over and got some money and they didn't pay Malcolm Butler. Malcolm Butler was supposed to be traded. He really supposed to be in New Orleans, but the trade didn't fall through. I don't know what the situation is, but the secondary just looks terrible. I believe every quarterback that New England played thus far has thrown for 300. And that's why Killer Cam, like I told you, supposed to came in and did exactly what he was supposed to do. He gave you 22 for 29, 316, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. He gonna do that, but he also gave you 8 carries with 44 yards and another rushing touchdown. Cause he's Superman. That's what he does. That's when he's at his best.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you're going too far.
Man.
He was Superman. He ain't Superman again, man. He gotta do it again.
Panthers,
I'm sorry.
The Panthers are 3-1. No matter how you slicing and dicing, no matter.
Shout out to the Panthers. Listen, man. I'm not hating on the Panthers by any means necessary. Shout out to the Panthers. Although I hope they have a terrible week next week because my team plays the Patriots on Thursday. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm hoping that my team can get a victory and then we can be, 3-1 after that because of course we missed our first game. But yeah, so, I hope the Panthers lose. Honestly, I have to go against the Panthers, bro. I can't be objective about that. So, you're just going to always get hate from me about the Panthers, so it is what it is.
That's division hate. That's always going to happen. Let's get to some other games that we had going on this past weekend. We had the Atlanta Falcons lose surprisingly to the Buffalo Bills, man. Matt Ryan didn't look too swell, and Julio Jones got injured once again. Now, Julio Jones is definitely probably the best receiver in most people's eyes. But he seems to get.
Hey, listen.
What?
Let's not do that, man.
What?
Let's not do that. Let's not say probably. Let's not have all. He is the best wide receiver in the NFL.
I'm here. Hey, Marco, put on your gloves. I'm putting on mine. Put your gloves on. You ready?
Let's go. I'm ready.
Let's get
All right, let's get into this because I think Marco just disrespected. I'm not going to say a ton of receivers, but at least one receiver in my eyes, Antonio Brown. Let's have this discussion right now. Is Julio Jones better than Antonio Brown?
Absolutely. In all facets of the game.
Please tell me why.
I mean, there's nothing that Antonio Brown can do that Julio Brown. Jesus Christ. Well, hey, listen. Now that would be a nice receiver, right? Julio Brown. That'd be a nice receiver, right? There's nothing that Antonio Brown can do that Julio Jones cannot do, and Julio gives you that size and ability to catch over defenders. Man, he's a big physical guy. He can, catch it from anywhere on the field. I mean, we saw some of the most spectacular catches that he's made. And, to me, he just proved time and time again the guy has speed, he has power, he has strength, he has hands, for sure hands at that. So, and he doesn't throw hissy fits on the sideline, and he doesn't Facebook Live from the locker room when the coach is on, giving a speech. So, for that purpose, Julio Jones is the best wide receiver in the National Football League.
Well, I'm going to have to disagree. I think it's Antonio Brown, and these are my reasons. First of all, one thing that he can do more than Julio Jones is show up for a 16-game season and play each and every game, something Julio Jones fails to do on most parts. Also, I don't know if you know, Julio Jones has only gotten 10 or more receiving touchdowns in one time in his career. Antonio Brown has done that the past 3 years and counting. I don't know if you know that. I just want to throw that out there. And also, Antonio Brown also had 100+ catches in each of the last 4 seasons. I don't think Julio Jones did that as well. I think Antonio Brown is more reliable of a person. Julio Jones is probably bigger, faster, but that's about it. When it comes to statistically on the field and showing up game in and game out, I know I can count on Antonio Brown to be there. And for those reasons, I think he's better than Julio Jones. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Julio is a specimen, but Antonio Brown is just better. And it's not by a lot. Just because I say Antonio Brown is better doesn't mean Julio Jones is not good. I just want to throw that out there because that's where most people run with it. But that's simply not the case. So I think I'm gonna win this argument, Marco. I'm gonna have you in your feelings today. You gonna apologize for saying Julio better than Antonio, and you gonna apologize to Killer Cam before the show's over. I'm just gonna throw those two out there.
Listen, man. For one, I'm not apologizing. Nobody. I'm a grown man out here in these streets. You understand what I'm saying? Definitely a grown man out here in these streets. Okay, but I'll accept what you're saying as far as, Antonio Brown being as advertised and doing the things that he does, because I won't take anything away from him. And you're right. Julio Jones does not remain healthy every year, year in and year out. But it's not like he's out here missing 5 or 6 games a year. He might miss 1 or 2 games. I mean, come on, man. Last year, he missed 2 games. He played the whole season in 2015. He missed 1 game in 2014, and he had the serious injury in 2013 where he only played 5 games. But the year before that, he played the whole season. So it's not like this man isn't out there on the field. And every time he's been on the field, he has to be accounted for because he is a mismatch no matter who you put on him. And we've saw that time and time again. Don't get me wrong. Antonio Brown is great. He's one of the best route runners, fast, great footwork, and all of that. Hands too. But Antonio Brown can be neutralized if you put size over there or double team him. You could throw into double coverage with Julio Jones because he's going to snatch the ball.
You saying you could put size over there? Who can guard Antonio Brown 1-on-1?
No, I'm just saying. I mean, I'm not specifically going to mention one person. I'm just saying that if you're in man-to-man coverage with cover 2, well, and the safeties are playing, 2-man under, you can definitely neutralize a person like Antonio Brown. You don't get that with Julio Jones because you can still throw the ball up and it's still a 50-50 ball. And it's only so many players we can say that about. The Gronkowskis of the world, or, when Calvin Johnson was in the league. We just saw Larry Fitzgerald have a game-winning touchdown in double coverage. Like, it's players like that you have to acknowledge that even when they're not open, they're open. And man, I swear to God, I'm creating a player right now. Julio Jones is that wide receiver that even when he's not open, he's open. And every catch that he had in the Super Bowl versus the Patriots, even though it was only 4, they all were jaw droppers. Like, how in the world did he catch that? That's the player that I'm talking about. The best wide receiver in the NFL. But I ain't going to, so listen, I ain't going to stay on that too long either. You feel me? We can agree to disagree. But I think more people are going to agree with me anyway because I make valid points. 10th round TKO. 10th round TKO. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, whatever. We gonna leave that up to the audience, man. We gonna actually put that on one of our social medias and let the fans dictate what they think was who won this debate. You know what I mean? I think they gonna go with AB. Holla at me, y'all. But anyway, the Green Bay Packers beat the Bears 35-14. That wasn't shocking. The Saints beat the Dolphins 20-0. The Bengals. That
wasn't shocking.
Yeah, the Bengals whooped the Browns. What else is new? 31-7. Another surprise, though. The Rams kind of upset the Cowboys 35-30.
But was it? I wasn't surprised, man. Sean McVay has that offense flying. Look at how many times they put up 40 points, man.
They looking
great. That offense is real. And we have Jared Goff. I mean, no disrespect to Jared Goff, but he's only a second-year player. It's not like we have superstars on that offense.
Flying.
Todd Gurley is a superstar, yes. But come on, man. Like, they are really out here demolishing defenses, man. So I wasn't surprised. I'm sorry. And then I told you, the Cowboys was my NFC team, too. Well, no, I think that was your NFC team to take a step back because I had picked the Falcons. Yeah, so, I don't think we surprised at all, man. I think the only people that were really surprised were, diehard Cowboys fans. But you got to respect the Rams right now on offense. You have to. And defense.
You got to respect their whole team.
Even though their defense statistically ain't playing all that great. But they got some ballers on defense too, man.
Right, man. Todd Gurley definitely showed out. 23 carries for 121 yards. And I think he had like 90 yards receiving too. He's definitely shown that he's a superstar in the league. He just needed to be around better talent. And like you said about Jared Goff, Fisher had him looking so awful last year. I thought the guy was garbage. I thought he was another Alex Smith. But clearly he is Alex Smith because if you give him the right coach, he can prosper and succeed in the right situation. And that's what he's doing right now, man. The St. Louis Rams looking good. But I honestly thought that
Hey, for one, they're the Los Angeles Rams. They're the Los Angeles Rams. Don't disrespect Los Angeles like that. And I will like to say, I don't think Jeff Fisher was the problem with Jared Goff. I mean, Jared Goff was still a rookie and wasn't really showing signs in training camp that you could just throw him out there. But I feel what you're saying, though. But go ahead. I just wanted to throw that out there. LA Rams, not St. Louis.
You right. I apologize about that. I forgot about the move. But yeah, no time last year where Jared Goff resembled this. He looked at god awful last year. Like, that was a waste of a number 1 pick. Carson Wentz should have went before him. But as time goes on, looks like the pick paid off and they're doing their thing. Hey, shout out to the Los Angeles Rams.
Hey, speaking of Carson Wentz, I got a question for you, man. And it's a follow-up question. are the Philadelphia Man, what is going on with me today?
You been drinking?
Are the Philadelphia Eagles are the Philadelphia Eagles now the favorites in the NFC East?
That's tough. I don't think so.
4 weeks in, man. Listen, 25% of the season has been played. Right now. Are the Eagles the best team in the NFC East?
Record-wise, it says yes, but I still think that the Cowboys are a little ahead of them as the front runners in that division. I honestly had the Giants, but 0-4. They got a donut in They got a donut in the win column right now. That is ridiculous with all the talent that they have. But that's no hero.
Listen, man. Before I've mentioned we shouldn't spend too much time on teams that are 0 and something, but we have to talk about this, man. 0-4. Like, who in their right mind would have saw this coming for the Giants, man? 0-4 with Odell back. He's still, fighting that ankle injury. Your favorite player of all time, Eli Manning, at the quarterback position. You know what I'm saying? Bob McAdoo out there, supposed to be, this genius for offense and everything else, but it's not coming up that way. And where is Brandon Marshall? Like, I kept telling y'all, stop mentioning Brandon Marshall as him and Odell gonna be one of the best, duos. You didn't necessarily say that, but you mentioned it before. And I'm like, Brandon Marshall ain't nobody, man. Like, he's really out there like he's not on the roster. Like, where's his stats? What is he doing other than dropping the football?
I mean, I don't know what Brandon Marshall had either. Like you said, I had Odell and him being one of the top duos in the league, and I haven't seen him. I don't think Eli seen him. I don't think Odell seen him. Nobody's seen this, man. Brandon Marshall is a no-show for the New York Giants. But when it comes to the overall...
Put an APB out on him, man.
Please.
Mrs. Report.
Please call the wifey something, the kids, somebody. Ask them, has they heard from them? Have they seen them? Anything. But for the overall team, I mean, Eli Manning, he didn't have a horrific game. Not great, but not, not horrible. And they still lost. They managed to lose to your Tampa Bay Buccaneers in an ugly 23-25 loss. I don't know what to say about them because at least I thought their defense would be able to hold up, but it looks like the defense isn't being able to hold up their end of the bargain either. So who knows what state the New York Giants in right now. You can definitely tank this season. 0-4, it's highly unlikely they'll make the playoffs.
Yeah, that's a fact, man. I'm rooting for the Eagles right now, man. I like Carson Wentz out there, man. That man, you would never know he was in his second year, man. He looks like a vet out there, man. I'm loving the way Carson Wentz is running that team right now. Shout out to Carson Wentz. Shout out to Dak Prescott. All the young quarterbacks is out there doing their thing. Jared Goff, man. It's been tough, man. It's been a tough season, up and down for some of these teams. But it looked like some of these teams might have got it right, with these draft picks and stuff. So, hey, I ain't mad at them, man. Y'all go out there and do y'all thing, young
Definitely.
bucks.
It was definitely another good week in football, man. Like I said, I can't wait for...
Hey. Speaking of that division, man, you know what I did a couple years ago? It was like 2 years ago for Halloween, man. You know what I dressed up as? And this is serious. I dressed up as a Washington Deadskin. Peep the scheme. Okay, so I had on a Redskins jersey, right? And I was like a zombie. You feel me? And that's what I was, a Washington Deadskin. Because that's how bad they suck. Like, they might as well just let some zombies get out there and play sometime. Even though they won last week, we're going to see what happened this week. But I'm just saying, man, Redskins, y'all needed to get it together because the Cowboys struggling. Obviously, the Giants are struggling. Y'all need to get y'all things together, man, so y'all can make a run, man. Represent for the city. You feel me? The Nationals about to go to the playoffs. We need y'all to be in the playoffs, too. The Wizards are going to be in the playoffs. Come on, man. Put on for the city, man.
The city's...
You like that?
Put on for my city. On for my city. But we going to get off the NFL. We're going to get off the NFL, man. Shout out to the Redskins tonight as they host the Chiefs, man. Best of luck to them. We're going to actually talk about this WNBA. The game, what is it, Game 5 of the WNBA Finals?
Game 5, winner take all, man. Game 5, winner take all, man. We got the Minnesota Lynx, LA Sparks. Listen, man, I'm repping my ladies. I'm a Los Angeles basketball fan. Shout out to the Lakers. But listen, Sparks, we got to get it together, man. That Game 4 was hard to watch. It was in our backyard. You know, we had everything we needed to have for that game, but for whatever reason, we didn't want to play defense. We lost in the rebounding category, 47-28.
That's what we do.
Bro. They out-rebounded the Sparks by 19 rebounds, and it looked like they looked the part. I mean, they were out there snagging the ball out the air, man. They were a much more aggressive team.
We wanted it.
They were a much more physical team. Hey, man, I ain't even, you know, Maya Moore wasn't even, like, going off or nothing. It was just, man, it was hard to watch for me if you're a Sparks fan.
You ain't got to bring up our players. Don't worry about what we do. I'm cheering for Minnesota. I've always been a big.
I didn't know you was on the team.
I'm on the team.
I didn't know you was on the team, man.
I'm rubbing Maya Moore's shoulders.
Hey, listen, I always sense the little extra estrogen coming from your way, but you know what I'm saying? Now I know what it is.
I just need to be close to my boo Maya Moore. I'm a big Maya Moore fan, man. I love her.
Hey, listen, man. She's the truth. Nah, she's the truth. Shout out to Maya Moore, man. She can ball. I just know that the teams match up great, you know. And I mean, I'm looking forward to Game 5. Winner take all. This is the same situation we was in last year, and it came down to the wire, literally down to the last shot. So, you know, I'm just hoping for a good game, and I'm pretty sure the team that deserves to win will win. So, in the name of the sport, man, may the best woman win.
Yes, sir. Or yes, ma'am. Shout out to Maya Moore. Do your thing, boo. Solidify that win tonight and bring that MVP
don't do too much. Maya Moore, matter of fact, just go ahead and sit out this game. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Of course not. She the GOAT. But on that note, man, we gonna wrap episode 14 up, man. I hope y'all enjoyed the episode. We enjoy giving y'all good quality, good laugh. And before we wrap this thing up, we want to give our condolences and prayers out to Las Vegas, man. That it was another just horrific tragedy in our country. And just, I looked at the video. I don't know if you saw it, Marco, but it was just sad, man, to see and hear with all those gunshots going off. I think 400 or 200, 400 people wounded, 50 people dead. I mean, it was just a horrific thing, man. I just want to send my condolences and prayers to anybody, family member, friend, if you knew anybody, and just those people in general, man. I want y'all to get better. Know that we got your support, and man, I don't even know what to say to that, Marco, man. What do you think of? What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, man. Same here, man. From the Pulse Report, you know, out to each and every person and family that was affected by that tragedy, man. Our thoughts, our prayers, our condolences are definitely with y'all. As a country, y'all, I don't know what's going on, man. I did see the video, and it was almost like, you know, it was surreal. You know, you only hear or see things like that in a movie, you know, and you think it's fake, but you know, crazy things happen in this world, man, and we just got to do better as a people. You know, we got to love one another, man. And if you're having any problems where you feel like hate, man, just go seek some help. You feel me? And I also think we need to, you know, revisit, you know, our gun laws, because there's no reason a person should be able to have their hands on those type of military grade weapons and be able to do anything. But you know, that's a different topic. But yeah, definitely thoughts and prayers out to the families and any and everybody that was affected by that, man. So, you know, prayers up for Las Vegas. And, you know, I'm hoping we can do better.
Definitely. Las Vegas, you're in our prayers, man. But TPR, we going to wrap this thing up. Thanks for everybody supporting us. Keep doing your thing. Keep shouting us out. Keep interacting with us. We definitely appreciate all the...
And follow us, man. Make sure y'all follow us. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at The Pulse Report and The Pulse Report Podcast on YouTube. Make sure y'all subscribe, man. Thanks for the love.
I'm telling you, man, you gonna want to be part of this movement, man. Me and Marco, we gonna blow up. I'm telling you, you gonna want to be a part of this early. Because once we blow up, I don't know you. You should have been subscribed. Because our beginning subscribers, we gonna look out for them. But you, nah. But we gonna wrap it up, man. Till next week. TPR, we out of here.
We out of here.
If they see it, they gon' call it. So when others do the most, I listen to the Pulse. The only place for sure I really know to get results is the Pulse Report.